Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Going On. So reviews for the Client documentary tomorrow are already in because you know how the media gets it before we all get to see it. And they're already bad. But from what you're going to hear, I got to honestly say, it's nothing that we all don't know from at least this review. Now, of course, it's called Harry the Lost Prince, and it includes criticism of the two morons' attempt to build a new life for themselves as charity activists. Now, we've already all known that. See, and I think that's one of the issues with this upcoming documentary tomorrow is that people had high hopes for like some really expose kind of stuff, and it just doesn't sound like it. And when it goes on, it talks about their much publicized visit to poverty-stricken countries like Nigeria and Colombia. We know that. That's what we did here. Like the people out in the world know that. And if anything from what we've just heard already, it just sounds like it's for people that don't know any better, right? They're not following Harry and Meghan every single day, because I haven't read anything so far that I even want to say, oh man, that's some serious expose stuff. I don't see anything. And then so apparently they talked to this one guy, soldier Ben McBean, and he was criticizing the two morons. He shared a flight home from Afghanistan with the client. Okay, and he did not hold back. He said, quote, I just thought with him kind of whinging about his family and he was saying something about his brother pushing him over like that, I was just like, mate, just leave it out. Now, again, that's good. That's a good shot, Mr. McBean, soldier Ben McBean, but it's not anything that we really haven't heard before. Everyone makes fun of this guy crying about his brother pushing him into a dog bowl. We all know that. So then this guy goes on, if one of my friends fell out with his partner and started posting things on social media and saying my ex is this and that, I'd have tell him to shut up as well. I mean, I think there is that, but we also have to remember Harry's not doing it for that. He's doing it for his little ego, right? So it's not like an ex, two exes kind of thing. So then it talks about their donations, how they dropped 13 million from 21 to 22 and 2 million. They talked about the harsh criticism over Megxit, the new IT documentary, and then reputation soared. However, in Germany last September when they attended Invictus Games, excuse me? Is that what they said in the documentary? I freaking knew it. It literally says that this is verbatim what you're about to hear. Their reputation soared, meaning the two morons. However, in Germany in September last year when they attended the Invictus Games featuring competing injured servicemen in Dusseldorf. No, it didn't. I mean, we also, the photos, I wish I could pull them up. I don't even have them. I wish I could. There was so many photos where the Invictus Games were empty. Nobody went. What are you talking about? See, and this is how it is. Oh, we were all duped in the first place. This is absolutely ridiculous, I have to tell you. But it's not surprising. It truly isn't. So they have here Russell Myers. I do know that Russell Myers, he works for The Mirror. And he says, quote, if you're going to places like Nigeria and Colombia, which have huge socioeconomic problems, some of the world's poorest communities in these countries, and you're turning up wearing tens of thousands of pounds worth of designer clothes, it really doesn't send the right message. Well, see, again, we didn't need a documentary on Harry to know that. I mean, and Russell Myers, I see that guy on X every single day. So, no. And then they're talking about Jackass Royston. He says, if you have a situation where the two idiots are earning huge amounts of money, or no, wait, not this guy. Royal Report is desired to be half in and dismiss the late queen. Wait, does this guy say it? Oh, Royston did just say that. If you have a situation where the two idiots are earning huge amounts of money in Hollywood, trading off their reputations, but then they're also bolstering their reputations by working for the queen, which is, yes, half in, half out, they're able to present themselves on a world stage as being these working members of the royal family who are also available for a price. I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you, jackass, because they are available for a price. Everybody has seen it. It's called Rent-A-Prince. I bet you anything Harry's charge isn't even that high. How much do you think it goes for if you want to have Harry show up and appear? It can't be more than $100,000. Nobody's paying $100,000 for Harry to show up. So sorry, jackass. No, Harry is absolutely this former rent-a-royal, which is what he is now, a rent-a-royal. That's a huge compromise to demand of the monarchy if they were... Okay, Royston, shut up. Nobody cares what you have to say. Why are you even in the documentary? Nobody wants to hear from you, Royston. If we did, we would read your Newsweek column. Richard Menards, one of the couple's neighbors in Montecito, he says it doesn't come cheap to enjoy the area. Most houses are about $8 or $9 million. He added, I personally don't think Meghan is an asset to our community. You get freaking burned, Meghan. Sick burn. Meghan Markle totally gets burned. Breaking news right here. The neighbor in Montecito, okay, the guy's name is Richard Menards. He literally says, quote, "I personally do not think that Meghan Markle is an asset to our community." You friggin' suck, Meghan. Oh, this is, at least it's gonna be funny. So that's pretty good. That's you can find a diamond in a bunch of shit. So that's good. Harry has to a certain extent because he's quite jolly. Oh, well, that's true. I can see that because Harry goes on walks by himself. Remember, he said it. Harry has said, "Oh, I take the dog for a walk. I go walking down the beach. I go hiking," which means he probably sees these people. And he's probably has, little conversations, the way dudes does. I mean, he's not a total asshole, right? Oh, like, "Hi, how are you doing?" Even though he doesn't care. He just says it, right? So, yeah, I would believe this Menards guy. Harry's probably quite jolly because you don't actually get to know the douchebag. Angela Levin's in it apparently, about Harry's dissatisfaction with Megxit, saying he didn't get exactly what he wanted, that he could be half in, half out in the royal. I mean, that's just a conspiracy where, we do get some pushback whenever we talk about that, about the whole half in, half out. A lot of people don't believe they are. I think from my point of view and looking at it, you could see that they are. You could see that Meghan and Harry are half in, half out. They've had 2 fake royal tours, but if you compare those fake royal tours to the royal tours that we just saw, well, the royal tour, King Charles and Queen Camilla, if you compare the 2 fake ones to the Queen Camilla one, they had the exact same thing. Everything was the same. Meeting kids at schools, going to certain places, being with the military. They all had the same things, right? You could really see how Harry and Meghan tried to make a fake royal tour. You truly can. It was the exact same thing. But the conspiracy would be, okay, well, they're actually half in, half out. That's why it looked like that. But it was just labeled a fake royal tour. But like I said, that's a conspiracy. That's over there. We're dealing with what's here, which is a fake royal tour. He didn't exactly get what he wanted. Yeah, right. She explains in the program, but the late queen who died said that actually doesn't work, and I don't want you to use your position. Well, Molly, Meghan's Mole has a great point when it comes to that, and I go along with her when she says that. The queen's not here anymore. That's what Meghan's Mole says, and ever since she said that the very first time, I agreed with it. The queen's not here anymore, so who's to say that the king and this moron idiot prince, who's to say that they're listening anymore? Let's see, this Di Davies, former head of royal protection. See, these are the same type of people we've heard, right? We've heard from this guy, Di Davies. We've heard from Angela Levin. You see how it's kind of like a Meghan and Harry news piece, but just a long documentary from what I've been reading, from what you've been hearing, right? It doesn't seem like there's anything here that I'm hearing. And plus, if there was something really hardcore, I think that would be the headline. I mean, let's face it. We all wanted the documentary to say whether the kids are real. Period. That's it. That's what we wanted, right? But we're not going to get that. So that Di Davies character says, let's see, quote, in his book, Spare the Client to disclose as he did that he had done that to a number of Taliban, in my opinion. See, we know that. I really think the price still remains, which is a basis for him saying, well, I need security. Okay, so we talk about that. And then that's the end of the review. See, look, and I'm really sorry to have to say this over and over and over again, but it just felt like it wasn't going to really deliver the way that we hoped it would. And it just didn't. From everything that I read, it just did not deliver. There was nothing where I was like, oh, wow. That's a bummer, man. And I want to end it off with this message. From what we've read, from what I read, from what you heard, I mean, this just means that we have to do it. We're the only people that are going to be talking like this about Harry. The client, bald-idiot moron, man-child award-buying prince. Like, it's only us, right? Everybody was all excited for this documentary. Everybody, but we just heard it. It's literally everything that everyone knows already. Now, hopefully, this is just something where there's more to come, but I don't know. This is from the media, and they get it before everyone else. Oh, well.